What about the opposite sex confuses you the most? Folding women's clothes. It's never a plain shirt and pants. Always with the multiple layers that are sewn together. The straps. OMG, the straps. They're on every garment. My wife's laundry is one of the most confusing things about life. The occasional hormone mood swings. I totally understand being happy, mad or sad, but all three extremes in 30 minutes is a whirlwind of confusion. Sagging pants? Like bruh, I don't want to see your underwear in any situation. Super skinny girls always talking about how they're super fat. Like WTF, no you aren't. And this is coming from a fat ass dude. So I know what fat looks like. How women can have so many layers of subtext when they communicate with each other. They can have a 2-minute smiley conversation about something inconsequential with each other and determine if you're A, happy to see each other, B, still pissed at each other, C, pretending to be happy to see each other, D, pretending to be happy but still pissed but pretending not to be pissed, or E, she is a total cunt. How do you do that? Edit. These are generalizations. People, I don't mean every last woman on earth does X and every last man on earth does Y. Stop taking everything so personally. Why do girls have to go to the bathroom together? Why they avoid me like the plague? Their inability to understand that sometimes I just don't have an opinion on something. When a woman asks a man, what are you thinking of? We are really thinking of nothing. Really, we aren't. Or if we were, it has left our brain forever. Why do women slam a door in an argument then come right back in to say something else and repeat the process? Ladies, how do you find anything in your purses? I swear to God, my ex told me to find her card out of her purse and I couldn't find it after looking for 5 minutes. And after repeated attempts to tell her it's not there, she comes over, puts her hand into the bag and yoinked it out in less than 5 seconds. What the hell? I still can never wrap my head around where penises go in clothing. I've asked for clarification and I still don't get it. It just seems like all variety of pants would either squish things or put them at weird angles. How is that comfortable? The level of horniness some men have. Why do you get so emotional over a few men chasing after a ball for over an hour? Eyebrows. Guys just don't care at all. Ladies, why do you have to turn every light in the house on, then sit on the couch to watch TV? Is there a reason you need the bathroom light on in the other room to watch Bones? Why are women so afraid to make the first move when it comes to dating, like even asking a guy out is something 80% of women won't do for some reason? As a man, if you ask me to do something and I agree to do it, why does it matter that you want me to want to do it? I think it speaks volumes about my affection for a woman if I am willing to do something I have no personal interest in doing. Why men get such vast pockets in their pants? Mine are big enough for 80% of my hand to fit in. My boyfriend's? Fucking caves that can not only fit hands but also phones, an entire bottle of water, and probably an actual body. Why they won't just tell us what they want us to know instead of getting angry we don't guess it. I'm actually good at guessing hints about stuff, but it's still beyond frustrating. How do we know what you want if you don't say what you want? Seriously, communicate with us please. Why men can figure it on their own and don't need any help, especially when it's obvious they need some assistance. Like, why can't men just admit when they don't know? Why don't men see messes and disorder around the house? Or do you see it and just not care? Edit BC comments. I'm not saying all men are this or all women are not this. The question asked what I found perplexing about the opposite sex. I'm female and identify the opposite as male, and that is my experience with the 2 men with whom I have ever lived. It's okay if it is not your experience. I am making assumptions based on what I have experienced, but I do understand there are much more diverse experiences than mine. Just wash your hands. Every sex gender identification should be doing this now. Does a penis float in water? How do women become such good friends with people so quickly? I feel like I get along with people but can't develop real friendships anymore. How the FCK does talking work? I asked my GF, hey, how are you? She said, cheerfully, I'm fine. You? Later, I was being berated by her for not caring. Like, girl, you said you're f***ing fine. Do words mean different to them? Why do shorter women like taller men? I saw a woman who was 5'5" and wanted a man over 6'2". I'm like, why? Why they write cringe comments on women's Instagram who are totally out of their league. These women wouldn't look at them twice. Who are these creepy guys and why don't they have any dignity or self-respect? How women try to get a boyfriend. I mean, it can't just be the movies who does this, but when I see a general trying to flirt with some boy they act like a jerk. Is it just me who wonders over this? I have no idea why men give more compliments to women than women give to men. I have never received a compliment from a female in my entire life and I've given tons of them to women. I've always been fascinated by how in the way a dick and balls have to be on a daily basis, especially wearing boxers versus briefs. My breasts irritate me sometimes by being in the way, and so I really can't imagine what it must be like to have very sensitive parts of your body on the outside, between your legs, where you might sit wrong, have your pants fold wrong, etc. I know it's just something men have dealt with their entire lives so they've adjusted, but I am curious. Clothing sizes. Male clothing sizes are really easy. You can just measure a body part, collar, leg length, shoulder width, and then get an article of clothing that fits that. Alternatively, you can get clothes in XS, S, M, L, XL, etc. The beauty of that system is that M and L fit a large portion of guys. I'm 6'2" and weigh like 175 and I wear an L. I have a friend who is 6'4" and 200. He also wears an L. So versatile. Women's clothes are very consistent. A size 10 might be a size 6 somewhere else. And you have no pockets. It's all very poorly optimized. How the fuck did early human females evade predators with a period? We shouldn't even be alive. Edit. According to several comments, a woman on her period will be too dangerous for most predators to consider hunting. I cannot verify whether this is true or not because of my lack of experience with women. I am confused by the level of interest I see women have in people. Even my close friends and I can barely speak about how things are and conversation seems like it fails as we don't actually have a purpose. Women seem to deeply enjoy the interaction and derive genuine pleasure from it. I try to be this cordial with friends. Even friends who are women, and it's received flatly if not with a bit of worry from the other person. Are men not allowed to ask, show interest? I get tired of the grunts and the good US and instead want to just feel something a bit deeper. This generally confuses me how women can just do that. How women don't want food until you have some. The way women regularly treat other women far exceeds the level at which a man treating another man will provoke deadly violence.